Hey everybody, it's Greg. It's another edition of Unbreakable, the podcast. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining me today. The start of a new week, first week in February, and it is Monday, February the 5th. Buddy's here with me. You can't see him. He's on the floor. Trust me, he's there. And what a night at the Grammys last night, huh? We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Today, National Nutella Day. Do you like Nutella? That crunchy chocolate stuff and spread on bread. Uh, it's okay, all right. It's okay. I like the chocolate stuff. I'm not a nut guy. I'm nuts enough. Also, appreciate the weather person day. I appreciate you guys. Cecily Tynan here in Philadelphia. Beautiful. Does a hell of a job. Chris Sowers, though, is my favorite weather person in Philadelphia. Explains things that even a moron like me can understand. But my favorite day today, here it is, my favorite day. Shower with a friend day. Yeah, shower with a friend day. Since Bud is probably my best friend, yeah. Tell him, Bud. Tell him we took a shower together, didn't we? Ew. Yeah, well, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Right, Bud? We're already friends. Anyway, it is Shower with Fred Day. So if you have Fred, call her up, call him up, say, hey, whatever. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to talk about the Grammys. What a show. What a show. But talk about being creative. You know, I've been very creative lately. Very creative. You know me. I wrote my book, and I'm in the process of hoping that a traditional publisher picks it up. We'll talk about that more down the road. And I helped write a ghost story with my friend Chuck, try to get published. And but I've been very creative. And you guys probably don't know. I've been doing this podcast over 225 episodes now. That I'm a poet. I'm a poet, and you don't know. And I don't believe. But yes, I do poetry too. Would you like to hear one? Yeah, if you said no, that's too bad. I'm gonna do one of my short poems for you. One that I just created over the weekend in the shower. I do my best with this. This just came to me. Just came to me out of the blue. I don't know how. Lord knows why. But here it is. Ready? I get really, really serious for this because this is art. This is art. This is poetic crap. Ready? If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it in. Thank you, Bud. Thank you. He enjoyed that. Uh, that was one of my best ones. Of course, classic stuff. I used to do poetry when I was a kid. One of my all-time favorites of mine was the one called Fleas. I did it. Bud loves this one because he's got fleas. I did this one. You ready, Bud? You want to hear this one? Okay. Fleas by Gregory. Fleas. Adam had them. Okay. The first one I did, I was only 2 years old. I was this prodigy, poetic prodigy. And even before I said Dada and Mama, came out these words. There once was a man from Nantucket. Ooh, no. All right, let's talk about the Grammys, huh? How about those Grammys? Oh, God. You know what made that show great? It was a great show last night. Usually you hear political stuff. And then last night was about music, like it should be, but it blended the new and the current with the old. You know, we had Taylor Swift winning the best pop album of the year, well deserved. We had all these, oh, bud, you won a lean tree, huh? Boy, that's a surprise. Excuse me. We, they had Taylor Swift and they had all these current superstars there. And then you also had a lot of classic people. You had Tracy Chapman finally performing again after all these years, doing her classic song Fast Car with Luke Combs, who redid it as a country song. And as soon as they did this song, by the way, Tracy Chapman still has a great voice. And she looked good too. And the thing of it is that as soon as she did this song on the Grammys, it shot to #1 on iTunes. #1. Can you believe that? What a great song. And then you had Joni Mitchell, 80 years old, coming out and doing the classic Both Sides Now. Both Sides Now. And 80 years old. And she could still sing. I'm telling you. You know, she's an icon. That's all you can say. She's an icon. And then you had whoop, whoop, whoop. Then you had my man, Billy Joel, closed the show. He did his new song called Turn the Lights Back On. You go, bud. And first of all, social media had really wrong. They had, you know, Billy Joel, world premiere of new song. Well, that's not true because it came out Thursday. In fact, if you go back to Thursday's episode here on the podcast, you will know that we listened to it together. We listened to it together for the first time. So how could it be a world premiere, right, bud? It's not. And then they had Billy Joel come back, hasn't performed in 30 years. That's not true either, because Billy Joel still tours, not long tours, but he tours here and there, especially ballparks in the summer. And he's been doing a concert once a month at Madison Square Garden for 10 years now. Hello, 10 years. Hello, McFly. Hello. And then you had Billy Joel. Hasn't written a new song since 1822. That's not true either, because Billy Joel, he hasn't written a new song in 17 years. Or he hasn't recorded a new song, let's put it that way. Because from what he said last night, he is still writing every day. It's just not, we just don't hear it. And we may never hear a lot of his music. But that doesn't mean that he stopped writing songs and writing music, because he has. But this is really a great song. And we heard it last Thursday. And, you know, these reporters, they got all these reporters at the Grammys. But they don't ask the right questions. The right question last night would have been, is there an album coming out? We've got this great song. Is there more? Is there an album coming in? That's what I would understand if I was there. Because usually an album will follow, especially if the song is really popular. Now, I would be surprised if people listen to that song today and it jumps way up in the charts. And you watch, people are going to rediscover Billy Joel like he's been dead and now he's come alive. They're going to, his greatest hits album is going to zoom back up the charts. All of his albums, 52nd Street, The Stranger, An Innocent Man, I could go on and on and on. All these great, great albums of Billy Joel, Glass Houses, they're all going to be rediscovered, which is cool because you got a whole new generation discovering icon songwriter, artists, singer-songwriters like Billy Joel. Got all these people who were into Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, what's her face there? Britney Spears, the other one who performed, I said, Miley Cyrus. They're going to discover Billy Joel there. So that's really good. That's really good. So even though he's never really gone away, you're going to, I think you're going to see a renaissance in Billy Joel, which is a good thing to me, which is a good thing. But he closed it out with Turn the Lights Back On, and he also did You Made Me Right to close out the show. As people were leaving, they were literally leaving the theater as he's still singing. What the hell? So, what a night at the Grammys, huh? It's just a great night. And it was nice to see a nice award show for a change. So now, the Oscars are coming up now. I really could care less because I haven't seen it in movies. The old time movie stars are gone now. What happened to Henry Fonda? What happened to Paul Newman? What happened to guys like Jack Nicholson? He shows up at the Lakers game once in a while, all disheveled and all. But there's nobody to watch anymore. I tell you one thing. One of the reasons to watch last night's Grammy show was to see what all the people were wearing. And I'm not a big fashion guy. I mean, look at me. Jesus God, look at me. But I tell you who looked good. And I was never a big fan of hers. Really wasn't a big fan of hers. And not that she's not good or doesn't make great music. It's just not my genre or whatever, right, bud? I tell you who looked good last night. Mariah Carey. Oh my God. Did she look good? She had this sort of a gold dress on, but she just looked good. Her hair was good. Her makeup, I don't know, bud. I don't know. Do I have the hots for Mariah Carey? I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. I'm just saying she looked good. But I'm glad Christmas is over because we don't have to hear that friggin' song anymore. All I want for Christmas is yo, 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 yo. All right, listen. I gotta put a blast this. We saw that there were a few stories making the news over the weekend, so I jotted these down for the podcast. These are all lottery related, and this is to give you hope out there that it could happen to you and me and anybody. We could be right, bud. We could be 4 church mouses here. We have a little bit of money. We take a chance. We buy a ticket. We could be multi-millionaire. Listen to this. These teachers in Kentucky, middle school teachers. This just happened in January. Middle school teachers. This may happen at your workplace or at your school, where you go in once a week with lottery tickets, right? Say, I'll put $1 in. I'll put $5 in. And you go in with 20 people. Maybe your coworkers or something, right? Maybe you hit once in a while, you get maybe $1 back or something, Well, these middle school teachers in Kentucky, they did the same thing. They went in and they won $1 million on the Powerball ticket. $1 million. Now, they've been playing the same numbers since 2019. The same numbers. So what did the teachers in this group? There's a bunch of teachers, counselors, school nurse, Yeah, they just all together. They're friends. And so they all went in with the lottery ticket and played the same numbers every week since 2019 and finally hit. Well, what happened was they won the $1 million. They each ended up with $24,000 apiece. So there had to be quite a few of them, right? I suck at math. I always suck at math. But I would say 24,000 into 1 million. That's quite a lot of people. Don't ask me to do the math. I hate it. Anyway, so, but here's the thing. The one lady or one guy, one teacher who was doing the lottery, who bought the tickets and everything, she realized that they had a winner, and she didn't know where to put the ticket. So guess what? She put the ticket until they could claim it, and then they get all their ducks in a row. She put the ticket in a math book on page 200. And she said she checked it every so often to make sure it was still there. Because she put it in a math book, because she said, who would open a math book? She's right. I would never open a math book, even when I was in college. Why would I open a math book? Anyway, God bless them. And then there was this guy in Maryland in January, won $100,000. He was worked for the U.S. Postal Service, and he came home and he said, I had a lousy day, a lousy day. He didn't go postal, thank God. What he did was he went out and he bought himself a lottery ticket. He went to sort of down in Maryland. It's like we here in Pennsylvania, we have our Wawa, our famous Wawa. Well, down there it's named something else. But the convenience store is located on, now get this, English Muffin Way. Isn't that cool? Isn't that nice? Wouldn't you like to live on English Muffin Way? Maybe your house is like a little nook and cranny. English Muffin Way in Thomas's English Muffin, Thomas County. No, anyway. So the guy had a lousy day working at the post office. In order to get his mind off of things, he went out to the convenience store, he bought a lottery ticket, and he won $100,000. And all of a sudden, his day wasn't so lousy anymore, was it, Clay? Now I got two more. This guy from Virginia was on a cruise in the Caribbean or Caribbean, whatever. Finds out that he won the lottery. Had the ticket in his pocket, checked it on his phone, saw that he won the lottery. Screamed at his wife, honey, we won the lottery. She promptly fell out of bed. No, not kidding. She fell out of bed. And he said he had to, get this, he had to wait till the cruise was over until he could play his part. He had to. To me, I would, sure, $1 million is $1 million. But you're on a cruise to the Caribbean and you can't wait to get the cruise to be over so you could play your $1 million. I mean, poor baby. This guy had to wait until his cruise was over. Enjoy the damn cruise. Oh, geez. I got plenty of time to play the ticket. I think most places are bigger than you, right? This guy teaching about I can't go off the ship, I can't go off the cruise. I want to play my $1 million. Listen to me. Enjoy the cruise. Enjoy it. Because the $1 million will be there. And then we have one more case. Now listen to this. Listen to this one. These two guys, they go to a concert around Christmas time. They went to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, or whatever. We actually saw those a few years ago, and they were really good. But yeah, they went to see the Trans Orchestra. There's two guys, two friends. All right, so what happens is the one guy had to pee. He had to pee. So instead of pulling the car over and peeing on the side of the road, which we know that's not the thing to do. He stopped at a convenience store, went into the bedroom, came out in the men's room, said to his friend, gee, I feel like buying a lottery ticket. What do you think? The guy goes, yeah, sure. Let's buy one apiece. One guy buys one, the guy buys another. He says, we'll split it. We'll split it, right? All right. Next day, both of these guys are waiting in line to get into a flea Speaking of fleas, Adam had him. The guy says, oh, you know what? The guy reaches in his pocket, says, you know what? I forgot we bought these lottery tickets yesterday. Let's check and see if we have any winners. Gets his phone out, checks it, starts yelling right there in line. We won, we won, we won. All of a sudden, gets out of the line. They win $1 million. Got out of the line because this guy says, what are we here for to buy junk at the flea market? Let's go collect our $1 million. And the funny thing was, the one guy had to win a ticket. Now this is real friendship. The one guy had the winning ticket. The other guy bought his ticket. It was shit. He didn't win anything. And yet they made that promise to each other that split it. So the guy, they ended up splitting the money. Isn't that friendship? But isn't that friendship? The one guy could have said, screw you, it's my ticket, I bought the ticket, and it's my money, you're going to help. But no. See what friendship is all about? Right, bud? Plus, don't forget, today is Shower with a Friend Day. So, I'm just saying. All right, well, that's it for today, huh? I'm glad you tuned in. Aren't you glad? We talked about the Grammys, how great of a show it was. We talked about the lottery, and Bud had a few snacks. Now, it's only Monday, but coming up on Wednesday, we're going to do our classic TV episode of the week. And I think a lot of people enjoy this, and I enjoy talking about it too. What show the hell was that? Some sort of a fly, some sort of I enjoy talking about the classic TV shows. It brings back a lot of memories, and I hope it does for me too. Plus, this is Super Bowl week. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl later on. Later on in the week, I'm going to give you my pick of who I think is going to win the Super Bowl this year on Sunday. Plus, are you guys having a Super Bowl party? Are you going out to see the Super Bowl? Or are you having your own little party at home there? There he is. There's the big guy. Hey, bud. Hey, there he is. Are you having your own Super Bowl party at home? What kind of snacks you having, huh? We want to know. Bud wants to know. Right, Bud? Look at the guy. He likes to eat. Right, Bud? Sure he does. All right, now here's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to have it. Of course, we're having a podcast in the morning. Then I'm going with Holly. We're going to the mall to have a demo for this new thing that Apple put out. Did you hear about this? This new contraption, this virtual thing. You put it on your face like a pair of glasses, and you can do all kinds of virtual crap with it. You control it with your fingers, your hands, and your eyes. And you see all kinds of stuff. It's sort of like, remember that stuff when you were a kid? You put it in the projector and you can see, oh, the Grand Canyon, and it's all 3D, panorama. Oh, look, it's Mount Rushmore. So, but this is supposed to be really high-tech stuff. Costs $3,500. We're not getting it. We can't do it. We're going to go and do the old thing like at Apple. We're going to the store and we're going to say, this between you and I, but he's listening. We're going to say, we're interested in this. We really, really want one because we are very techy, and we have to have one of these. We're going to pay you right now, cash. Well, we want to demonstrate it first. We need a demonstration. And apparently you need to book the demonstrations because everybody's doing this now. And the people who actually bought it, who have like nothing else to do with their money, they're doing crazy stuff with it. Like they're walking down the street with this contraption on their face, and they're like doing this with their hands, like trying to control it. One guy was driving. Don't do that. Trust me, don't do that. Don't drive with this thing. They're gonna have to make new rules and new laws for this AI stuff coming in. Don't drive with it. Don't do it when you're drunk. Don't. Just stay home and play with it. Anyway, so it's going to be interesting. We're going to do a demo, and and then after the demo's over, just to see what it's like. Like, oh, there's a butterfly on my hand. Of course, you could do the same thing. It's like a little wacky meeting. You get the same visuals. Anyway, we're going to do the demo, and then we're going to say, that's not for us. Goodbye. And we're going to just eat it. So anyway. And then later in the week, hey, guess what? I got to tell you, we're going to talk about, bye, bud, bye. We're going to talk about classic Super Bowl halftime shows. I rewatched a couple of them over the weekend. I Googled them. I suggest you do it too. I saw Prince and I saw Michael Jackson do their halftime shows. We're going to talk about those later in the week. They're great. If you want to see what real Super Bowl halftime shows used to be like, not this crap now, where you got the weekend running around in the mirrors and not knowing where he's going, that's stupid. Go back and see some of the classic halftime shows. All right. I run out of breath, which means that I guess we're done. And bloodless of all alone. So, all right, everybody, have fun. Go shower with fun today, and have some Nutella. And join me tomorrow on Unbreakable, the podcast. We'll be back again in the morning. See you then. Take care. Bye.